Have you ever stopped to consider that your birth month might carry more meaning than you realize? Beyond the simple date on your birth certificate lies a hidden rhythm, an invisible code that may silently shape the way you think, feel, and grow. According to Carl Jung, one of the most influential psychologists in history, the moment you were born is not just marked by time, it's soaked in symbolism. Jung proposed a powerful idea. Every month holds a psychological energy, deeply tied to the cycles of nature and to ancient patterns embedded within the collective unconscious. These aren't rigid predictions, nor mystical fate. They are symbolic keys. They help us interpret ourselves more honestly and more deeply. Imagine for a moment that the season you were born into left a spiritual fingerprint on your soul, that your emotional tendencies, your strengths, your recurring struggles, even your quiet longings, could be echoed in the symbolic character of the month you arrived. In this exploration, we'll walk through the 12 months of the year, not as blocks of time, but as archetypal stages of life, each revealing a different facet of human nature. From the silence of January to the mystery of November, Jung's perspective invites us to reflect, not to categorize. His archetypes are mirrors, not boxes. Let's begin our symbolic journey with the first 3 months of the year, where quiet beginnings give rise to awakening energy. January, the elder archetype, the quiet architect of wisdom. January opens the calendar with silence. In many parts of the world, it's the stillest, coldest time of year. Snow falls quietly, trees stand bare. And yet, in this deep stillness, something powerful is forming, an atmosphere of reflection, renewal, and inward strength. People born in January often carry this same quiet depth. They may seem reserved, but beneath that calm surface lies a sharp mind and a long-range vision. These individuals often grow up seeming older than their age, with a natural sense of duty, patience, and perspective. Jung associated January with the archetype of the elder or sage, someone who may not always speak first, but when they do, their words carry weight. These are the architects of structure, the keepers of tradition, and the ones others turn to when the world feels uncertain. However, this archetype has a shadow side. The wisdom of the sage can turn into emotional distance. The desire for control may suppress spontaneity. January-born individuals may struggle with lightness, joy, or vulnerability, feeling the pressure to hold it all together. Their journey is to learn that true wisdom isn't only serious, it can also laugh, love, and dance with life. February, the visionary archetype. Rebel minds and future eyes. Though winter's chill lingers, February begins to whisper of change. There's an undercurrent of movement, of restlessness, of future promise. Those born in February often feel this shift within themselves. They're visionaries, imaginative, curious, and inherently nonconformist. They don't just think outside the box, they live outside of it. Jung linked February to the archetype of the visionary or the revolutionary. These are the individuals who see what could be, even when others only see what is. They are often dreamers, inventors, spiritual seekers, or social reformers, drawn to new systems, new beliefs, and new ways of being. But being a visionary isn't always easy. These individuals can feel misunderstood or out of place. Their ideas may be ahead of their time. They're in a world so vast, it's hard to express fully. Sometimes they retreat into solitude, frustrated by a world that seems too slow or too small. The challenge for February-born individuals is to bridge the dream with the real, to stay grounded while reaching high. Their growth lies in learning to anchor their insights into action, to turn lightbulb ideas into living, breathing change. March, the reborn archetype, emerging from shadow into light. March is a month of transition. In many regions, it marks the turning point from winter's grip to spring's stirrings. Nature begins to awaken. Days grow longer. The earth breathes again. In this in-between space, the energy of rebirth emerges. Jung saw March as resonating with the archetype of the reborn, the soul who knows darkness but chooses light, who has fallen and risen, who feels the rhythm of nature's transformation within. People born in March tend to be highly intuitive and emotionally rich. They sense undercurrents others miss. There's often a spiritual quality about them, a poetic soulfulness, or an artistic gift that lets them express what others can only feel. They are resilient, yet sensitive. They carry both the fragility and power of a seed, breaking through soil. Life may bring them emotional highs and lows, but they learn to flow like water, to adapt, to feel deeply, and to rise again. Their challenge is emotional overwhelm. They may get lost in their feelings or struggle with boundaries. But when balanced, March-born individuals can become healers, creatives, and empaths, guiding others gently through life's emotional seasons. April, the warrior. Archetype. The flame that leads. April bursts onto the stage with energy. The days grow longer, flowers erupt from the earth, and the world surges with movement. This is the month of momentum, of action, of courageous beginnings. Those born in April often embody this fiery drive. They are initiators, brave, instinctive, and fueled by a deep desire to move forward. These individuals carry within them a spark that refuses to be dimmed, a willpower that makes them natural leaders, even when they're not trying to lead. Carl Jung connected April to the archetype of the warrior or the initiator, figures who aren't afraid to act, who face challenges head-on and rarely hesitate. They bring energy wherever they go. In teams, they're often the ones pushing the group forward, challenging stagnation, breaking barriers. But fire needs managing. The shadow side of the warrior is impulsiveness, impatience, and burnout. April-born individuals may leap before they look, or push too hard, too fast, burning bridges or wearing themselves down. Their growth lies in learning balance, when to fight and when to wait, when to charge ahead and when to reflect. When this fire is mastered, it doesn't just burn, it lights the way for others. May, the builder archetype, roots, ritual, and real beauty. May settles in with grace. Nature is in full bloom, not chaotic, but calm. The air is softer, the pace slower, and there's a comforting sense of order. People born in May tend to reflect this steady, grounded energy. They are builders, not just of things, but of life itself. These individuals appreciate structure, beauty, and the art of nurturing something slowly over time. They value comfort, routine, and reliability. For them, the process is as important as the outcome. Jung linked May with the archetype of the builder or the earth lover, those who are deeply connected to the physical world and its pleasures. They often have refined senses, an eye for aesthetic harmony, and a desire to create stability for themselves and others. These individuals are the roots in a chaotic world, the ones who bring consistency, who finish what they start, and who offer calm presence. But with such love for comfort comes risk, the fear of change. The shadow of the builder is resistance. May-born individuals may cling to what's familiar, even when it no longer serves them. Their journey is about learning to evolve without losing their grounding, to embrace transformation while honoring their deep need for peace and purpose. June, the seeker. Archetype, curious hearts and restless souls. June arrives like a bright question mark in the year's center. It's a time of sunlight, laughter, and motion. But beneath its lively surface lies a deeper yearning, a quest for truth, connection, and understanding. People born in June are often seekers. They are curious minds with open hearts, always looking for meaning behind the ordinary. They are communicators, storytellers, and wanderers of both ideas and experiences. Jung associated June with the archetype of the seeker or the mediator. These individuals are gifted in seeing multiple sides of a situation. They thrive on conversation, learning, and exploring the complexities of the human spirit. They often move with a playful, childlike energy, but behind that, a deep philosophical hunger burns. However, their gift can also be their struggle. June-born individuals may scatter their energy, chase too many dreams, or avoid commitment in favor of endless exploration. They may fear missing out or become drained by trying to please everyone. Their path lies in integration, learning how to stay centered while still exploring. When balanced, seekers become bridges between worlds, weaving insights into unity and guiding others through life's questions with empathy and July. The protector. Archetype. Guardians of the heart. July arrives bathed in warmth, sunlit days, family gatherings, the sound of laughter echoing through the air. It's a month of closeness, connection, and emotional memory. Those born in July often carry this essence with them, acting as the emotional centers of the spaces they inhabit. Carl Jung associated July with the archetype of the protector or the nurturer. These individuals are deeply intuitive and emotionally intelligent. They feel the emotions of others as if they were their own, and are naturally drawn to care, protect, and nurture. July-born people often become the caregivers in their communities, the ones others turn to for comfort, understanding, and safety. They treasure traditions, family history, and personal roots. Their strength lies not in physical might, but in emotional resilience and loyalty. But the shadow of the protector is self-neglect. In giving so much to others, they may forget their own needs. Their desire for peace may lead them to suppress their emotions or avoid necessary conflict. Their journey is learning to include themselves in the circle of care, to protect their own heart as fiercely as they protect others. August, the sovereign archetype, the flame of leadership. August is radiant. It is a time of ripened fruit, golden sunlight, and expressive energy. Those born in August often radiate presence and confidence. They stand out not because they try to, but because something within them burns brightly. Jung aligned August with the archetype of the sovereign, the king or queen. These individuals are natural leaders, not through dominance, but through inspiration. They possess vision, authority, and an inner nobility that draws others toward them. August-born individuals often carry a strong sense of purpose. They want to make an impact, to build something meaningful, to lead others toward higher ideals. They're courageous, charismatic, and unafraid to shine. But sovereignty has its challenges. These individuals can struggle with ego, with control, or with the loneliness that sometimes accompanies leadership. When misunderstood, they may retreat or become overly rigid. Their growth lies in shared power, in learning to uplift others, not just direct them. When balanced, they become visionaries who lead not by force, but by light. September, the analyst archetype. Precision, perception, purpose. As summer fades into autumn, September brings a sense of refinement. The air sharpens. The world becomes more focused. People born in September often mirror this shift. Practical, perceptive, and driven by purpose. Jung connected September with the archetype of the analyst or the perfectionist. These individuals have keen minds, natural discipline, and a love of order. They see patterns where others see chaos and seek clarity where others feel confusion. They are often excellent organizers, planners, thinkers. Their attention to detail makes them invaluable in any system that needs structure. But their greatest gift can also become their greatest challenge. The shadow of the analyst is excessive self-criticism. September-born people may be too hard on themselves, constantly chasing impossible standards, or resisting change due to fear of imperfection. Their evolution lies in embracing the beauty of imperfection, to understand that life is not always symmetrical, but still deeply meaningful. October, the diplomat archetype, harmony in the midst of change. October wraps the world in color. It's a time of balance between light and dark, warmth and chill, movement and stillness. Those born in October often carry a deep desire for peace, beauty, and connection. Jung viewed October through the lens of the diplomat or the artist. These individuals are peacemakers at heart. They value fairness, emotional intelligence, and the aesthetics of life. Many have a gift for relationship, whether romantic, social, or artistic. They often serve as bridges in divided spaces, helping others understand one another. Their presence brings ease. Their voice can soothe. But this desire for harmony can come at a cost. The shadow of the diplomat is avoidance. October-born individuals may fear conflict, suppressing their own voice to keep the peace. They may over-accommodate, losing touch with their personal truth. Their path is about learning that real harmony comes not from silence, but from honest communication, where beauty and truth coexist. November, the Alchemist archetype, depth, death, and rebirth. November draws us inward. The days darken, the leaves fall, and the outer world begins to mirror the inner one. Those born in November often carry profound depth, emotional, spiritual, and psychological. Jung saw November as the domain of the alchemist or the transformer. These individuals are seekers of truth, often undergoing powerful inner shifts. They are not afraid of the dark. They walk through it to find the light. November-born people often face intense transformations in life. They may experience loss, rebirth, or spiritual awakening. They're drawn to mystery, to psychology, to anything that asks, what lies beneath? Their shadow is intensity. They may dwell too long in pain, become consumed by emotion, or isolate themselves in their quest for meaning. Their healing comes from surrendering control, trusting the process of transformation, and learning to emerge not harder, but wiser. December. The Sage archetype: vision, faith, and inner fire. December closes the year with reflection and hope. It's a month of endings and anticipation, of looking back while dreaming forward. Those born in December often carry this dual gaze: wisdom from the past and faith for the future. Jung associated December with the archetype of the sage, or the visionary teacher. These individuals are natural philosophers, storytellers, and spiritual guides. They think big, dream far, and feel connected to something larger than themselves. December-born individuals often have a broad view of life. They're driven by ideals, and many feel a call to share knowledge, to mentor, or to inspire. But even wisdom has its shadows. They may become detached from the present, lost in ideas, or discouraged when the world doesn't meet their hopes. Their path is integration, anchoring insight into everyday life. When they do, their light becomes not just illuminating, but life-giving. Conclusion. The map. Within time. Carl Jung never believed that birth months define you. Instead, he saw them as doors, symbolic thresholds offering clues about your personal path. Each month, like each person, contains a spectrum of light and shadow. These archetypes aren't boxes, they're invitations. They ask, what part of you is ready to be seen? What part still waits in silence? Understanding your birth month is not about prediction, it's about presence. It's about waking up to the rhythm you were born into and learning how to dance with it. In the end, these symbolic insights aren't fixed truths, they're maps, and only you can walk the terrain. But perhaps now, with Jung's mirror in hand, you'll see yourself not just as a date on a calendar, but as a soul walking a patterned, purposeful path.